Who's ready to hear a story? I know I am. How about you, Cameron?
Hey.
Sure am.
All right. There once were two girls who joined the same program, one from social innovation and the other from Made It Dent. When asked to be MCs for a major event, the two girls rose up to the challenge to make the crowd never forget. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the fourth annual Bet on Baltimore Showcase. I'm your host, Amari Fleet. I am a rising junior at the Baltimore City College High School, and I am from the social innovation track. This young lady over here is my lovely co-host.
Cameron Woodrum. Hi. I go to Merville. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. And I am from Meta Dent Orange. Specifically, I work in a data and tech stream.
Giving us our first circle exercise is Tayanita Watson from the recording studio track.
Hi guys, my name is Tayanita, and today we're going to be modeling an exercise that we usually do every day, the Denters. We're usually doing this thing called opening circle, where we talk to each other with the prompt so that we can connect to each other and share experiences. So for today, the opening circle question is, which dent mindset do you identify with the most, and how have you recently developed that mindset? The mindsets, you may not know what that is if you're not already a denter, but I'll explain them to you. So we see problems as opportunities, we ask why, we listen deeply, we take action, we fail fast and keep learning, and we start with we. So just for the next few minutes, I want you to write down whatever you're feeling about this question and what mindset you feel you've developed and identify with the most. Thanks.
we're not going to be able to.
Okay, hello everyone. So a few minutes have passed. I hope you've contemplated well on what you think about the DENT mindsets. I know personally for me, the DENT mindset I identified most with, especially over the summer, was we take action. Mostly because I find I've been a pretty passive person in the past. Working with DENT has really helped me to be more proactive for the things I want and all my goals. It's been really helpful in that way. So I'm going to open up the floor to anybody else who would like to answer. Please.
If no one else wanted to go, I just want to really quickly say that to an extent I can connect with Tanita because I myself favorite mindset is actually we take action because I just really enjoy taking initiative in what I do, and just instead of procrastinating and waiting to do things, just if you have it on your mind, just figure it out and just do it. That's how I like to think about things.
Yep, I can totally relate to that, and that's what I've been feeling generally. So anybody else would like to answer?
If you don't mind, I'll go ahead and go. I'm Taylor, just to let everyone know. And the DENT mindset that I grew up on was we see problems as opportunities. To be honest, when this program was first introduced to me, I went ahead, I was thinking I needed a job for the summer and I didn't want to stay at the same site I was. I wanted to do something different. So I went ahead and DENT was introduced to me. I did that interview after lunch. And then I wanted to take it as initiative to doing what I love, which is music.
Thank you, Taylor. So would any of our guests like to share? Because I know you haven't exactly been in our you know, I guess, things. So you might not be the most familiar with the dent mindsets, but if any of our guests, our non-denters, would like to answer, that'd be great.
I'll jump in. I'm yes, proud to be a denter. And what I wrote about in the chat was we see problems as opportunities. I remember in March when things started first shutting down this pandemic, I just got really down and discouraged. But then trying to reframe to see how is this problem actually an opportunity to innovate and think of a new idea to solve this problem. And I think Den's done an amazing job of showing even how to build community over Zoom. And I think one innovation too is what I see is like between cohorts, you might not have gotten to bond in the past when you had your sites, but through Zoom, you've all gotten to connect together. So I think that's very exciting.
Thank you so much for sharing. Would anyone else like to share? Just jump in whenever.
Hey, Anita, we have a Ray Kelly who raised their hand in the participants panel.
I can't see that, but
no, you're fine. If you want to go ahead and unmute yourself.
Okay. Well, I just want to agree. This is my second year working with Dent, and the appeal to me is that so many of the kids were willing to actually take action, get involved, and influence changes that are going to actually impact them directly.
thank you for sharing, Mr. Ray Kelly. The floor is open to anyone else.
I can share. My name is Hannah. I use she, her pronouns. I am technically not a denter, but really, maybe one day I will have to be involved somehow because love dent. But thanks, Rajan. I love that we ask why is included as one of the mindsets. I think being inquisitive, like Kiara said, is really important, but also that challenging the status quo, even when it's inconvenient, even when things are moving very fast, even in the middle of a pandemic, there's always time to ask why. It forces us to slow down a bit, but also find gaps. And then I think that's almost like the step one to then seeing problems as opportunities.
Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate the sentiment because honestly, asking why is something I like to do, even to the point of it being a little annoying, but we're not going to talk about that. Would anyone else like to answer?
Frank Knott with Innovation Works. I want to focus on where we start with we, and I want to congratulate all the denters on their work this year and thank Rajan for the collaboration with Innovation Works. And what drives us and what drives our relationship with Dent is that both of us are focused on, by working together and teaching everyone else that they can work together, we can overcome anything. And we are never in this, we're never by ourselves, as long as we understand that we're part of a collaborative mindset.
I really, really love that term, collaborative mindset. Thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate that. I think, would anyone else like to go?
I could quickly jump in. This is Coach Fur. I just want to say, we take action embodies so much. I'm a firm believer that without action, you have too much time to think. You might get analysis paralysis. You might overthink your way out of a situation. And to be honest, right before Dent started, I was starting to get analysis paralysis. How am I going to do this? How am I going to go and manage all this stuff? And I'm glad I took action in that moment, and it led to so many great memories that I can never take that nobody can take away. That, you know, taking action has beautiful resounding effects within your life, and you learn from every experience, even if it doesn't work out fantastic. But most of the time, if you take action and you're diligent about what you want and you're thoughtful about how the action that you're taking, you know, it can turn out beautiful. So that's my mindset.
Very cool. And I think the term analysis paralysis is a pretty accurate description of the slump that a lot of people get into. Everybody, well, not everybody, but almost everybody seems to really identify with we take action, including myself, which I think is pretty cool. Everybody needs to be active. Would anyone else like to share?
Yes. I think one of the most important things is asking the question why. Why is an extremely powerful question, because once you ask the question why, that's going to lead you on the path to really solving whatever problems that you have. If you don't ask the question why, then you can't solve the problem at hand, nor can you really address the goals that you have in mind.
Thank you so much. I really agree. And it's a pretty obvious thing that we can see that all of these mindsets tie into each other. So developing one, you also develop the other. Asking why is also correlating to taking action. You need to ask why before you can do anything. Would anyone else like to share before I go and close out opening circle?
I heard one. Fail fast and keep moving. Just being an artist and an entrepreneur in general, I think it's really great for us to have a open mindset when it comes to just doing things, and not only doing things, but being willing to, you know, trip up and then get back up when we fail at it. So, and then, you know, having that quick turnaround of what can we implement? What can we do next?
I definitely agree. All of these are really important. So I guess just keep it in mind to practice them in any aspect or facet of your life. Even when you're not necessarily doing work, you got to keep these mindsets about you in any moment you can. But I think that's it for our opening circle. I really thank all you guys for answering. I was going to be really sad if it was just crickets, but thank you so much. I'm Taynita. Bye.
Thank you, Taynita.
Thank you so much, Taynita. Oh my goodness, that was amazing. I especially like how you gave support and empathy on everyone's reason as to why they chose the mindset that they chose. And I can also associate myself with fail fast and keep learning, because as Coach Blue said, it's okay to fall down, but the most important thing is to get back up, dust yourself up, and think about what you're going to do next. And after all that, now we'll be hearing from one of our co-founders of Dent, Rajan Patel.
Thank you all. Thank you, Taynita, for leading that, and it's so great to see so many faces here. I just want to be really quick and welcome everyone to this event, for taking the time out of your days to spend it with our young people and see what they've been up to for the last 5 weeks. They've been creating, they've been learning, growing, and I just wanted to share a little bit about what is Dent, what is Bet on Baltimore, and what you're about to see today. So if I were to think about what is Dent, and I get asked that question a lot, obviously, one way to think about it is a platform for people. We often talk about we often talk about the programs or the curriculum as if that is Dent, but really what Dent is it's a platform. And it's a platform for people to live up to their potential. The most important people we work with are our students. This is our closing showcase 1 year ago. It's super sad not to be able to build that energy and be in the same space, but they have adapted extremely well, and it's exciting just to see how we're building community virtually. And I say they're the most important people because, number one, they have wowed me and us every year with what they're capable of. And I often am reminded, actually Tayanita gave me a challenge earlier this summer to write a poem about the ever-changing nature of youth. And I got into a rabbit hole about the adolescent mind and brains. And it's amazing to see how adaptable and quickly young people can learn and the courage they can have in the face of failure. And they are just the most amazing, not only learners, but creators and doers. And they're so grounded in each other and community. And what Dent is a platform for them. Number one, just to be themselves, to express themselves the way they want, to show up as they want, to feel comfortable, to feel accepted and heard and appreciated for who they are without having to change. And when they're in that space, they're then connected with people who care about them and people who can actually make a difference and want to see them grow. Then it's about some of the tangible things, right? Some equipment, some resources, but mostly it's crafting an experience for them to experience their own potential. And that's what you're going to see later today, is how students have in the last 5 weeks followed their own passions, created their own things, took their own ideas and put the effort behind it to make something happen. And Dent is simply a platform for them to realize who they are and become that, especially in such a formative time. The second group of people are the people who enable that platform to exist for them. And this is the 30 wonderful and amazing human beings who have run Bet on Baltimore 2020, our staff, our coaches, who have poured their entire energy into making this the best experience possible for their students. And it's not just that they care, it's that they're amazing at what they do. These are some of the best teachers you will find, best youth developers, but also entrepreneurs, music artists, recording artists, graphic designers, entrepreneurs who have done this and who are now guiding students through a similar journey. And I just want to take a moment to all of you who are here. Thank you so much. You have given so much to our students and to this idea, to this vision. It's more than your time. It's more than your effort. It's your heart. It's the fact that you wake up thinking about how you're going to lead our students. And everything that we see today is, yes, a product of the power of our students, but it's because you enable that to come out. So thank you for everything. And lastly, there's a lot of people, behind the scenes who enable us to have this platform to create for students. And so these are some of our supporters who made Bet on Baltimore 2020 happen, but really it's everyone in this room, because many of you are family members for our students, or are their coaches or teachers, or maybe you're a friend of one of our coaches, or maybe you're someone who has followed us on social media or donated in the past and helped us become the organization we are. And it is such an honor that we are able to make this our job, to build this platform and opportunity. And we thank you for being part of that journey with us. And what you're going to see today is a glimpse. These students did not know each other 5 weeks ago. We had never done a virtual program like this. We didn't know what was going to happen. And we learned on the fly. And students created. They created solutions for their community using design thinking. They worked with actual clients to redesign graphics and make logos and real content that these companies have used. They have literally built an entire operation that has built over 25,000 face shields, that has sold tens of thousands of face shields. Students are not only keeping our community safe, but they're earning for themselves and their families at the same time. Students have expressed themselves through music and through podcasts. We've been lucky to partner with Believe in Music, and you'll hear some more of that. And you heard some at the beginning as well. In our startup garage hack, students had 3D printers in their homes over the summer, and they were making products, learning how to use this tool, but then coming up with their own ideas and inventions, and eventually companies. So we're going to get to see some of those students. And we partner with Code in the Schools to run a web design track where, again, students who are working with real clients and organizations fully revamped their entire websites and have launched them in a matter of 5 weeks, even if they hadn't built a website or known how to do it before. So I'm excited for you all to see what's happened, but it's just a peek. It's just 5 weeks. It's just a glimpse of the students. At the end, we'll have a gallery walk where you can talk to more. But thank you all for coming and for being a part of our journey. And as I see everything that just has happened, and as you see what's going to happen in the next hour, just imagine if this weren't only 5 weeks and what we can do when we build this platform in a much deeper way. So thank you all. And MCs, I'll hand it back to you.
Sorry, real quickly, which Rajan, thank you for that awesome intro, and MC's excited for y'all to speak next. I'm just gonna quickly send into the chat the registration for the gallery walk. We need you to fill that registration out with whatever your Zoom name is so that we can assign you to the right room.
I guess MC speak now.
Thank you so much, Rajan, for that great summary of what Dent is really about. It's truly a pleasure to be a part of this great program.
I also want to give a huge shout out to you, Rajan, for creating a platform and creating a system in which students can really grow out of their comfort zone and grow out to be a part of something bigger than all of us. So thank you, Rajan.
Now we'll be hearing from Cameron introducing our first presentation.
Okay, so here is our first group of people, which is Startup Garage. Here is Coach Tanisha, Coach Fur, Coach Annie, and Coach Blue.
Hey, Coach Fur, did you want to say a few words?
My apologies. I was trying to unmute. I'm getting so hyped, I could barely unmute everything. Can I just mention how amazing Startup Garage has been this summer? We've had students come in at all different levels of understanding between design thinking, I don't know what design thinking is, to, oh, I already got a project in mind. I've been making sneakers in my basement. Trust me, I got this. I got baby bags. I got this. I got that. I already got a business. Let's go. Tell me what the next step is. So with that variety of students, we started from the very beginning and we built 3D printers. That's the first thing. That's huge. We assembled 3D printers over Zoom. I never thought I would say that I would be able to do that. Beyond that, we had the beautiful opportunity to not just work with students, but to understand who they are, get a sense of what music they like, get a sense of what
He's frozen.
Guess you could say he's frozen.
Frozen.
Until Coach Fur comes back, I'm Coach Tanasia from Startup Gray, Master Ooh Grays, Gray Furbies. And I just wanted to say thank you all for all of the hard work that you put in and just for really being a part of your magic. You created all of this, and it's a blessing to just been able to give you guys the tools for that. Even 2 weeks ago, I was literally like on the verge of tears, having to think about leaving you all because you just remind me that our future is in such great hands. And I just wanted to remind you that there are no limits on you. And yeah, I'm so excited to hopefully even see you guys in the fall because as Roger mentioned, most of us are full-time entrepreneurs, but I've actually signed up to be a substitute teacher in some of your classes because I just can't get enough of your magic. So continue achieving, continue making a dent, continue betting on Baltimore. We love you so much. Mwah. I also wanted to say go City Knights. I love all of everybody here.
All right, and we have a student from the gray team who's going to present today. Is that right, Coach Tanasia?
Yes, Jason Zhang, our very own. I want to share so much about our class CEO. He was voted in the superlatives, but he is going to give all of the energy and he's going to share. He's got a surprise for you guys too at the end of the presentation. So Jason, you're going to take over the world, you know, and just make it better and continue making a dent. And thank you so much for representing us.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Appreciate the opportunity. Thank you. So, am I presenting now?
Yep.
All right. And am I pulling up the the slideshow on my own computer? Or is someone?
Yep. You can just share it from yours.
All right. Sounds great. One moment, and I'll pull that up.
While he's doing that, talking about take action, Jason was one of our students who consistently took action throughout, whether it was being a class DJ or creating a board in Miro or encouraging his other students as they were working through frustrations with building a 3D printer. So thank you for showing that mindset.
Yeah, of course, of course. I'm just always here. I'm always glad to help someone out. All right, so I'm ready whenever you guys are.
We're ready.
All right. I'm sorry, give me one moment.
No rush. Someone just said Master Ugrays in the chat. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Take
All right.
students.
I'm Jason Zane, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to the Startup Garage Gray. This summer, we use design thinking to create the future, create the community, and create the memories that we will forever hold dear. We are the Master U Grays, the Gray Furbies, the Sunshiny Grays, but most importantly, we are also denters. To the right is an example of our picture board. We use this board to host our daily Be the Light or Soak Up the Rays energizers, where we gave advice to one another. This set the tone for our day and was our most important exercise daily. Let's take a look at what we've done this summer. Design thinking starts with emphasizing and defining. We emphasize with members of the community, then we define issues that people face daily. We did multiple activities, including this one, where we followed the experiences of a homeless feminist activist named Kelly. And to the right, you can see the multiple examples of emphasizing and defining statements that our students have written. For example, Kelly is a homeless woman who feels unsafe when doing normal things, like using the restroom other people usually do due to her homelessness. Next, we ideate and prototype. Ideating is where we brainstormed in big group sessions, or we went into small breakout rooms to think of unique solutions to the problems that we came up with in the emphasize and define stage. Then we used 3D printers to prototype our solutions, and we brought these ideas to reality. For example, Kai Vaughn used ideate and prototype to create a pencil cap for students who found that their pencils broke too easily in backpacks. A prototype is worth 1,000 meetings. Below are some prototypes that our students created on Tinkercad. For example, we have Elvis's gaming shelf, and we have Tania's hook rack. Also, we have more prototypes that you can feel free to look at for a second. All right. The Pet Protect Bowl is an example of a product brought to life by a student named Xander. He created this product as a way to help pet owners across America combat the waves of pests that are common in the household. He created this unique pet bowl. He included elements in his presentation, such as an introduction, the problem, the solution, the competition, and examples of the prototype, as you can see here. In addition to working, we also played games such as Scribble.io, Two Truths and a Lie, Pictionary, Kahoot, and Spent. We also created a class playlist here to share our music taste with one another. And we also created a meme board, which we felt reflected our Dent mindsets, such as we see problems as opportunities, we ask why, we listen deeply, we take action, we fail fast and keep learning, and we start with we. Thanks for following our journey. It's hard to fit all that we've learned this summer into a short presentation, but I hope we were able to show you what we've all learned. Oh, and also, I personally have put my product on the Made at Dent website. So, as we all know, over the past few months, we've all spent a lot of time working from home. And as a result, I'm sure we all have very cluttered and messy desks. Therefore, I have created the No Mess Desk, which is a wide variety of different shelf platforms that you can easily install using any materials you have laying around in your house. Some platforms range from cup holders to coasters, plain platforms, or even wire stands to fit your unique needs. You can find these on the Made at Dent website, where you can also find products created by many of our amazing students. Thank you for listening.
Is your desk a mess? Get the No Mess Desk.
Yeah, my desk is a huge mess personally.
Yes, I loved it. Great job, Startup Garage Gray. I loved it.
Amazing job, Startup Garage Gray. I really enjoyed your story. Was very riveting, and I wish that was something that I did in the beginning of the program, because it turns out that I actually need a 3D printer. So I guess that would have been beneficial to learn how to use one. And now, moving on to Startup Garage Orange, we have Coach McCorn, we have Coach Kevin, we have Coach Annie, and Coach Blue.
Hi, I'm Coach Kevin. City Forever. So just like Coach Fur was saying before, putting together 3D printers is no joke. It's pretty tough. Putting it together in person is pretty tough. So like putting it together over Zoom, whew, I mean, I just got a lot of respect for these kids, and I hope you all too. And now my good friend Coach M is gonna take it away and give you some more details about our students.
Yeah, so what's going on, squirrel friends, gang, my OJs and all my other peeps up in here. So I wrote a little something so that I'm not rambling.
I gave you a text.
We doing what with a text? We good? Y'all good? Everybody
Oh,
settled?
I'm sorry.
All right, moving right along. Okay, so I am because we are, and since we are, therefore I am. This is a West African principle that speaks to the energy in our brave space. This summer, our scholars worked hard to collectively create. Coach Kevin and I watched and supported as they established entrepreneurial connections, mastered 3D printing, and created their very own small businesses. Cam, Killer Cam, kept us piped up and hyped nonstop. D kept us hysterically laughing and always referring to himself in third person. Can D go? Sure, D, go ahead and go. Maylin and Diamond demonstrated resilience and determination by continuing to show up even after they had to get their wisdom teeth pulled, y'all. I mean, that was a lot. So we all learned to lean on one another and pushed each other to ask the most difficult questions. Why? Who is this for? And how will this actually help somebody else? I'm blown away at each and every one of you guys' tenacity and ability to adapt. Remember that if a door closes, you have the tools to build another one. That's fine. Go ahead and walk through that door, okay? Coach Kevin and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for you guys. We're so incredibly proud of you. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and pass it over to one of our favorite scholars, our CEO. Tavante is gonna take it away. Gang, let's get it.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Svante McDowell, and I will be sharing with you my business, which is titled Food First. Okay. As this. Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Svante McDowell, and I am the CEO of Food First, food from the heart for the heart. But before I tell you the mission and the goals of Food First, I want to ask you one simple question. With that question being, what do you see when you go to the grocery store? You most likely see images like this, or images like this of fresh vegetables or of fresh fruit. But that is convenient for me, you, and anyone. But that's not the reality for everyone. Specifically, not the reality for everyone within Baltimore. In 2018, Johns Hopkins University mapped out the food environment within Baltimore and evaluated the food environment based off of 4 criteria to define a food desert. 1, if a distance where a supermarket or a supermarket food alternative is more than 1 to 4 miles away from a person that is living in the community that was being evaluated. 2, if a household income is above or at the 185% poverty levels within Baltimore. 3, if a household has accessibility to a vehicle to travel to a supermarket or a supermarket alternative. And 4, if the average accessibility to healthy foods compared to non-healthy foods are available within those communities. The study found that 1 out of every 4 person living in Baltimore lives in an area that would be classified as a food desert, as designated in areas that are marked as in red. About Food First. Food First is a small startup business within Baltimore focusing on the mission of helping people in Baltimore that live in areas that are affected by the lack of non-healthy foods or accessibility of healthy food alternatives. About our products, Food First allows people to produce their own vegetables or plant flowers by using our unique planters to plant whatever they desire from the comfort of their homes. In terms of our empathy interviews, it took in the very first few weeks, our Coach Melika and Coach Kevin had talked us down, talk about what do you want to focus on. And before we get to anything of taking action, we first need to ask why. Why do you want to do this focus in this particular area? The area that I wanted to focus on was love and the community within Baltimore. And I saw that in a lot of areas in Baltimore, there aren't really a lot of like supermarkets as like on the west side of town. There really are, as like most of the areas are like very bad in terms of living conditions. And I see like that is a major problem as a lot of those areas live in low poverty levels. And by going through those empathy interviews, it led me to prototype them. In terms of prototyping, it took me a little bit of different designs. That design right there led from being a paper box all the way up to a cardboard box, and then into Tinkercad, where I created a design based off of that, which can hold either 3 different tiny little plants, which are, as the plants that I can list, are succulent plants. But in terms of bigger plants, they can be vegetable plants or whatever you desire. What sets us apart is that there really isn't nothing in Baltimore like this, and focusing on this particular issue. As when I was doing my research, a lot of those, competitors, they only focus on one thing, with that just being, do you want to have a plant in your house? And here goes some pottery. It doesn't really focus on the need that people really need this within certain communities in Baltimore. In terms of pricing, our basic planters will cost the average person $5, and our premium planters will cost the average person $9, with those planters being much bigger, and those being able to plant the vegetables within them. Thank you, and this is what our prototype looks like for our succulent plants. This is what I printed on my very first print. As it took me a while to get my 3D printer working, but it can hold 3 different smaller plants inside of it. And thank you.
Yes. Startup garage.
Did our host want to say something first?
Go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to say thank you to Vontae for sharing your very amazing story. Knowing how deprived our city goes every single day, it's good that there's actually people out there who are willing to help others, because a lot of people care about the people who don't really have food, and it's sad. So it's good knowing that there is a group of people out there who really care about people who need food.
Startup Garage Orange, y'all really killed that. Thank you to Vontae, representing city forever. But next we will have a Q&A for Startup Garage, if either orange or gray. And if you have any questions, please put them in the chat.
Please do so.
All right. And I'm Annie. I'm going to help facilitate some questions for a couple minutes here. So let me check the chat and see what we've got for any questions for Tavante or Jason, our startup presenters. All right. And I'm going to start off with one. This is for either of you. Are there any lessons that you've learned from 3D printing that you think you could apply to another area of your life? Something that you've learned this summer from 3D printing?
One thing that I learned in terms of 3D printing is that there's a lot of trial and error, as like you have to be very patient with the 3D printer, as like if the tiniest thing goes wrong in terms of leveling, is that something like your print won't come out correctly. And just in life, you can take that with you, is that patience is one thing that you have to take with you whatever you're going, in terms of just like if you're going to apply for a job, you have to wait for your like feedback. And I guess that's one thing I took from 3D printing, is just patience is key.
Yes.
I love that. What a great answer. And I also had to learn some patience as I was learning how to 3D print as well.
Yeah. Also, I've also learned from 3D printing, and especially from my coach, Coach Fur too. I've learned that you don't always have to buy new things if you like need something in your life. You can always 3D print it, or you can make it yourself from whatever you have laying around the house. Like for example, just a while ago, I decided I needed a shelf for myself. Instead of going to IKEA or something to buy a whole new shelf, I cut apart my old closet door and then turned that into a shelf instead. And it was a lot better and a lot cheaper than taking a day to go to IKEA and buying $100 shelf.
That's so true. The 3D printer is such a great tool that we know how to use now.
Yes.
All right, I've got one last question for you. What are both of your next steps? What's the next step for each of you for growing your business?
In terms of my business, like I want to apply to like have my product on the Dent website. That is one of my next steps, and just continue to spread the word of my ideas, pretty much.
Yeah. And as you've seen, as I've said, I've already put it on the Made at Dent website, and I'm trying to see where I can go with that. And even if it doesn't succeed, even if it's like not my biggest enterprise, because after all, it's my first business, I'm definitely looking forward to learning from the experience and applying what I learned to my future ventures.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to ask a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
What by far has been the biggest risk you have taken while starting up your business?
Can you repeat the question again?
Sorry about that. I said, what by far has been your biggest risk while starting up your business?
I would say one of my biggest risks while starting out my business is that in terms of like, not everybody likes certain things within a business, and I guess you just have to see like if somebody likes your business idea, and just be patient with like if they like it, they'll come to you and say, hey, I like your idea, and then buy it or buy into it.
I agree, and I also think by shouting out in the risk of shouting out my business, it's also very the risk lies in having a business to shout out in the first place, because business in itself is already a huge gamble.
Great. Great answers, both of you. And thank you all so much for the questions. We are going to have some more time to talk in a smaller group in the gallery chat. So please save your questions for that as well. But I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over to our MCs, Cameron and Amari.
Well, thank you so much. Just like the others, thank you so much for sharing your story. And this one really connected to me because I also have been trying to figure out a plan to help the homeless as well, because it's really devastating seeing that people don't have anywhere to live, even if it's not their fault. So thank you for sharing your story.
I really enjoyed that. Startup Garage, y'all really doing y'all thing over there. But now, for what we've all been waiting for, you know, the best track in all of Bet on Baltimore, social innovation. Don't quote me, I'm a little biased, but ran by Coach Vance and Coach On, Coach Alex, and Coach Reagan.
Thank you so much for that very, very warm welcome. Shout out to Team Social Innovation. I'm going to start off by asking, who are we? We are small but mighty. Do not take our contributions lightly. Don't overlook us because we're tiny. For without us, we can't dwell highly. Who are we? We are Social Innovation. We started off with a pretty large group and ended up with a small, mighty 9. Come to say, do not sleep on Social Innovation and our warriors. I want to say they did an amazing job this summer taking big problems down into smaller, much more accessible things. And so I would love for my co-coach to take over. I just want you to know why we started for poetry. That's something that we did on a daily for our daily circle. We would poetry, music, energy, fun. That's how we always tried to start our day. So we want to bring that same energy to you guys here today. To my social innovation team, you guys rock. Y'all really kicked butt this summer. Y'all came up with some great things and I'm super proud of you. Coach Mans, take it away.
Thank you, Coach An. And I just wanted to reiterate everything that Coach An just shared by giving out some special shout outs to the people, to the humans that made the magic of this summer possible. So this summer we spoke a lot about like the qualities that every great leader has, and leading with vulnerability and trust in your team is just one. And our site supervisor, Coach Alex, embodies everything that it means to be a great leader. So we just really want to thank you for encouraging us to make social innovation ours since day one. And we appreciate you and fellow Reagan so much, Coach Alex. To our Dent staff and entire Dent family, each staff member, coach, fellow, Denter, and it is an individual like magnet, I would say, for good, right? Good people attract good people, and that is what Dent is. And just please don't get me started about my Zoe. Poetess, intellectual badass, activist, Steve Harvey, truth teller, our rock. She's given us the seeds to grow our own flowers, and we love you so much. Thank you all for tuning in from home, and most of all, we'd like to give a special shout out to our social innovators, Alex, Abre, Amari, Ariane. We have a lot of A's. Carlita, Charity, Glenn, Isaiah, Tazira. Each of you have sincerely shown that you are a force of light to be reckoned with. So bright and powerful. You have grown and grown in countless big and small ways. We couldn't be prouder to be your coaches. Team Springboard, Team Brighter Lives, Team Family. This is only the beginning. Congrats to all you've accomplished, and most importantly, thank you for being the change makers you are. Without further ado,
Team Friendly! Team Friendly.
Okay, my bad. I'm sharing the screen for Team Fram, so give me a sec. And then whenever y'all are ready. Nope, that is not it.
Hi everyone, my name is Amari and I am a member of Team Family, and here's our presentation on our Storybook Journal app for
Hi everyone, my name is Hazir Spee. I'm an 11th grader attending Bard Early College High School, and I am one of the writing prompt creators in our team.
Hello, my name is Cody Fisher, and I'm a rising junior at Crystal Ray Jesuit High School. I'm one of the writing prompt creative directors because I love to write.
And hi again, my name is Amari Fleet. I am an 11th grader at Baltimore City College High School. I am an illustrator for Team Family because I love to draw.
Hello, my name is Carlita. I am a 10th grader at National Academy Foundation.
Hello, my name is Ariana Pearson. I'm an upcoming junior at Crystal Ray Jesuit High School, and I'm an editor or reviser.
We had the opportunity to interview different people, but two stuck out to us, Ms. Andrade and Mr. Alex Galani. Their interviews helped us realize that incarcerated loved ones aren't usually heard from, so we decided to give them a voice.
Studies show that children with incarcerated parents are most likely to turn to drugs, fail academically, fall in deep states of depression, and turn to life of crime.
Our mission is to give families of the incarcerated a safe space to tackle often ignored emotions of their circumstances through storytelling and journaling.
Our idea is to develop a 3-part program to help family members of all ages cope with imprisonment. One of our ideas is an app. The app is geared towards parents, but can also be used by all ages. It will be programmed to give daily reminders, updates, and send you positive quotes. On the app, you can make yourself a profile and engage with other people and families going through the same thing. Features include a message each day for children from their incarcerated loved one. If somebody has more than one child, the book and journal will come with the purchase of the app.
So, our writing prompt journal was created after our children's book was developed. It was developed as a way to have something for preteens, adolescents, and young adults, have a way to cope with having incarcerated loved ones through writing as therapy. So the journal lasts 90 days with 5 prompts per week with 4 different types of prompts in color-coordinated genres. So we have general question prompts, prompts about the incarcerated loved one, creative prompts, and letter writing prompts. And in the next slide, I'll give a couple examples. So for one of our general question prompts, you have, how are you feeling today? And for one of our incarcerated loved one prompts, we have, what was the last conversation you had with your loved one like?
The idea of the storybook is to give children the opportunity to express their emotions through writing, drawing, and coloring. The next 2 slides will show what the storybook may look like. Now, we want children to be more involved with how they feel emotionally about having an incarcerated loved one. So the question I asked, do you think the child will enter their name, feels after watching their loved one be taken away? And the child would circle the question. And on the side, the child would be able to color the person and write in a speech bubble of what she might be thinking about at the time. And this one, towards the end of the book, the child in the story might come up with an idea as to write a letter to the incarcerated loved one through drawings, pictures, if they want to incorporate it, or even writing.
The end goal for Team Family is to continue prototyping and testing in the fall and bring our ideas to life. Thank you, and remember, family time is the best time. Yeah.
Yes, come through.
Good job, Team Family. I'm so proud.
Me too. I'll shut up now.
If you don't mind me saying anything, I just want to say that I'm very, very proud of the social innovation group, considering that especially like a place like Baltimore that is like a very high crime area. A lot of the children whose parents are incarcerated, they get set left alone and set astray by the things that things like drugs, crime, and it's sad. So to know that there are people who really care, because the help that some kids get, it doesn't really work for them, and they are still left to do bad things in life. So knowing that there's something that's really helping them out for the better, that's something that we need all over the world, really. So thank you, Social Innovation, for sharing your very riveting story.
And if anyone has any questions for Team Family, you can go ahead and put it down in the chat or ask it verbally.
Yeah, so I'll be taking those questions and reading them out loud. So as you guys put down your questions, I'll just read them out for you. While we're waiting for questions to come in through the chat, I just want to also just reiterate how proud I am of all of Social Innovation, how proud I am of the coaches. So I've been a coach with Social Innovation 2 years prior, the last 2 summers, and your coaches did a tremendous job with this. It's a huge challenge, doing this in a virtual platform. And you guys did some amazing things, and students did some amazing things. Yeah, so super impressive. Yeah. Okay. So it looks like you guys are getting a lot of love in the chat, like a lot of love, which is awesome. Waiting for some questions to come in. Okay, so I have one from Brian here. So it says, what would help bring the journal to the next level? Yeah, so what's amazing too about that is Amari, we kind of just put a challenge on her because she was talking about how much she wants to be a writer and how she wants to start this book. And we basically just told her straight up, write it, go write it. And within like 3 or 4 days, she turned something back around, which is incredible. Yeah, so yeah, if you guys want to answer that. So again, the question is, what would help bring the journal to the next level?
So I'm not a part of the team journal, but those who are can answer the question.
So what can help bring the journal to life is, cash apping, PayPaling, anybody, $1, 50 cents, a penny, any little bit counts, and just like continuing to like pour out ideas for prompt ideas and stuff like that. Like any type of feedback, any type of support we welcome it. We welcome it. So yeah.
It's awesome. So another question that we see is, why did you guys choose to do this project? Like, why is it so important to you?
Okay, so I can speak for myself that when we were conducting our empathy interviews, we heard that most families of incarcerated people aren't usually heard from, and we wanted to stop break the generational curse of children falling into their loved one footsteps and end up in the same place as them. So we decided to do things that we think will help cater to those needs of families.
Incredible. Okay, so thank you guys so much for sharing that and for kicking butt all summer. It's been a pleasure to see all of you guys grow and work, and it's been awesome. So yeah, kick it back to the MCs. Go ahead.
Thank you again, Social Innovation. A huge shout out to you for being a part of something so sad, yet doing something so helpful. And now to toss the mic over to graphic design. Our coaches for graphic design are... Would you like to do a host?
All right, so for graphic design, Gray, we have Coach Haley, Coach Alex, Coach Jeff, and Coach Liz.
Hey y'all, I'm Coach Haley. So I just wanted to say that wow, it has been such a privilege um, to see these.
You're mute, Haley.
Y'all, ruined my screen. I was going. Goodness gracious. So I just wanted to say that it has been an absolute privilege, yes, to witness these young leaders step into their power not only as graphic designers but as change makers. Our group has a really low profile. They keep a low profile, but make no mistake, they have bold ideas and a lot of salt, but a lot of love. And it has just been an honor to share space with them and co-create with them. And my lovely coach Alex will share a little bit of what that looks like.
Yeah, so we use a mural board every single day at graphic design. So I thought it would make sense to share that way. So I have an equation here. This is the Gray fam. I'm going to shout out all of them. So Haley, it's me, Coach Alex, Asia, Chamberlain, Darnell, Danye, Elise, Jada, Joanna, Camille, Makai, RJ, Tanaya, and Landis. Best group of creators I've ever come in contact with. So it's us plus the Dent Mindsets give us the magic that has been weeks 1 through 5. Here we have them do some memes. We had them create Zoom backgrounds. We also had them create posts for their favorite artists. Here is their Dear Baltimore letters. Week 2 is when we really started getting into Canva, more morning circles, and just how they would describe their city. Week 3 is some of their client work. They did projection mapping and goal mapping up here. They also did some funny wrap-ups of 2020 right here, and also shared with us their dreams for what they would do if they could not fail. So their biggest and wildest dreams. Here we have week 4. These are their client deliverables. They got to work with real businesses, real entrepreneurs, and become professionals themselves. And week 5, another picture of their progression of all of the posts. And I think Haley just dropped this link as well. Book covers that they created that would describe their life. And here is another bonding activity that we did, very similar to the camera on, camera off, step up to the line. If you like omelets over eggs, that's an inside joke with Coach Jeff. Pancakes over waffles, blue over red. We did that. We had a lot of fun. And I'm actually the most proud of the confidence that I got to see grow this summer. That was so magical that I could feel it across the screen. You all keep being the professional graphic designers that you are, and continue to believe in yourselves. And we are going to have the poetry people present.
Okay, let me share my screen real quick. Is it visible?
Yeah.
All right.
Hello, this is your co-host. I'm very regretted to announce that I've had some technical difficulties, so I'm actually calling mom's phone. However, I should be back on a sec. I did hear some of what our group that we have right now was saying, and by far, I am very intrigued on your guys' progress and your performance throughout these 5 weeks. And I'm very happy for you guys and hope that you can continue to do your best for the fall and maybe during the school year.
All right, so the poetry by me, Makai, and Tanaya. So, hi, my name is first-year Denter, a rising 10th grader, and I go to Baltimore City College.
My name is Tanaya Kerr. I'm a first-year denter and a rising 10th grader, and I go to Western High School.
My name is Makai Jones. I'm a second-year dentist, a rising senior, and I go to Digital Harbor High School. right, next slide. So the three of us love to draw and watch anime, so we practically got along pretty well. And this was also a new experience since we never used Canva before, and we also never really worked for clients either. So this is our client. Her name was Brittany Patterson or Lynn Patterson. She's the founder of a company called The Poetry People. She wants to bring in new readers and writers to show them the power of poetry and the wonders of it, in her own words. Her target audience were women, people of color, and the LGBT community. So whenever we would have our client meetings, which normally would go from Tuesdays from 1:30 to 2 for us, it would normally go pretty smoothly due to the fact that we would touch base with her, try to find out how she wanted things done, how she wanted her logo to look, the feel that she wanted for it, and as well as the graphics that we made.
All right, so now we're going to move on to feedback. Whenever we were forming our feedback questions, we will always ask specifics. A bad question example would be, do you like this? If we asked that question, we wouldn't get a lengthy and detailed response from our client. But a good question would be, why do you like this color? What do you like about this color? And whenever we ask specifics, we always use the dent mindset, we ask why, so that we could build upon our graphics and make them better. This specific meeting was very important to us because it was our first time making our prototypes on Canva instead of on paper, and we got really good feedback from our client, and we figured out immediately exactly what she wanted. And so now we're going to move on to our branding guidelines that we made for our client and our deliverables. So here are our branding guidelines. As you can see in the top right corner, we have our primary logo and our secondary logo. Lynn said that she wanted two faces in the logo because she wanted to show the reader and the writer, and she also wanted to have the name of her company, Poetry People, in it. For the secondary logo, you have the reflecting P's, and they also make a T in the middle to signify the Poetry People. So our primary, and we also have fonts under the logos. We have primary font, which is DM Serif's Display, which is bold and it pops. It catches your eye. And for our secondary font, we have Shadows into Light, which is more intimate, and it's almost as if someone handwrote it themselves. Lastly, we have the colors that we chose. She wanted a fresh, summery look to her new branding, so we chose teal, orange, and yellow so that we could show that people can come to this space to talk freely with open arms.
And now on to deliverables and half of the things we created. For here, these are the first types of sketches that were created when we started meeting with our client, Lynn Patterson. On the right, you can see sketches of our first and secondary logos and how we tried to keep the two faces on opposites as a continuing thing. And on the right, we have our social media graphics as Instagram posts and Instagram stories, because that's what she really wanted. Here are a couple of the things we created. On the right, you can see we have blank templates for when our client would like to insert anything they want, for when they have like someone in an IG live, for example. And we made some with like some headings like book recommendations, etc. On the right, we have a reoccurring thing. The Seeley Challenge is something that they're like taking part in. It's currently a challenge where an individual or someone reads 31 books or 31 something about poetry for 31 days. This challenge doesn't really have anything or any prizes at the end. It's just for someone who wants to gain more knowledge or learn more or something to impact their future. And at the bottom here, we have some examples of our Instagram stories. During the last 5 weeks of working with Dent,
speaking for me and my teammates, we learned so many new things about ourselves, about graphic design, and about listening deeply for other people. This was our first time creating something for people other than ourselves. So of course we kind of felt like professionals. We had so much drafts and we had to recreate things like 20 times, but we kept getting swiftly feedback from our clients. So everything ran smoothly and it turned out better than we expected. Working with Dent this year, we're all kind of glad that we decided to work with them. The whole experience was amazing. And we hope we'll be able to do it again next year. Thank you for watching.
That was awesome. Really, really awesome.
Such a great job.
Yeah, phenomenal. So if folks have some questions for this group, please just drop them in the chat. And just seeing the whole process, at least just to kind of reiterate, I know there's a lot of love going on in the chat for y'all as well. Just to see that whole process from beginning to end, to see where you started and kind of where that finished, just kind of blows my mind. It's really great. So we're actually going to have Orange go first. Sorry, my bad. I'm deviating off schedule already. You can't give me the mic for anything, or I'm just going to keep going. So we're going to have graphic design Orange go, and then we're going to have questions for everybody.
So wow. Graphic design Gray, endlessly inspired by you guys. It was so fun to team up with y'all. But in a total graphic design move, we also would love to show you guys what our site did. So I can go ahead and share my screen. All right, so I'm Coach Stitz. I'm one of the graphic design coaches here at GD Orange. And we also have Coach Willis. Coach Willis, you on here?
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? I'm Coach Willis.
Yeah, and first and foremost, we just want to give a huge shout out to every single team member name that is up on this board, because without y'all, we would not have been GD Orange. Graphic design would not have been what it is. So shout out to all of y'all for showing up every single day, making this whole summer program what it was. You guys really were the life behind it all. But we also want to shout out our other co-coaches. So Coach Alex, Coach Haley, with all the collab that happened, it would not have been possible for any of this to get done this summer. Coach Jeff for being our site supporter, for teaching us the omelet, for getting us pumped and energized, striking up all the debates we had, tearing our team apart at times, you know, moments I thought we'd fall apart. And also Coach Liz for everything she did behind the scenes to make everything happen this summer.
All right, y'all, we're going to get started. So this summer, kind of like what Team Gray did, we were challenged with introducing students to client work. They also did some personal projects. The client work varied from anything from posters and social media graphics, websites, memes, infographics, so different varieties of graphic design services. So proud of these kids, man. They came a long way through the questioning, the doubts. They really pushed through. And we really are proud of them.
Yeah, so like Coach Willis said, they took on personal projects too, you know, showing their own artistic style, finding that, vision boarding, doing a bunch of fun activities, learning Canva. They're all rock stars on that now. But one of the coolest things that we got to see this summer was just really the artists coming through all of our students, them sharing their personal project stuff they're working on with each other, seeing the feedback each other was giving everybody, and just sharing all the different talents we brought, whether that was drawing and artistic or video making and shoemaking. It was just such a sweet family event to get to have.
All right, so team wins. Number one, team communication, okay? This group didn't hesitate to build rapport with one another and with ourselves. So we're really proud of that. We learned very quickly, the team shared interests in things like anime and Japanese culture and the love for graphic design. We really seen growth as a unit, be it confidence and skills. Okay, providing positive feedback, constructive criticism, from inside of our track and from the great team. So we had a good collab session with that. And gaining more graphic design knowledge. We really did a lot of back work to try to cram as much information as possible to our students, and they grasp all of it. So great job with that. And we start with we as a culture. You know, the first week of our camp, we basically asked the kids which debt mindset started with them. I mean, resonated with them the most, and the answer was we start with we. So we kind of wanted to focus and hone in on that. All right. And last thing, we built genuine client relationships. Very proud of that because the students really develop a sense of professionalism with their clients. A lot of their clients want to continue on building their relationship, their working relationship with these kids. So very proud of that.
Yeah, GD Orange, we are so proud of everything for all the ways you showed up, your hard work. But without further ado, we'd love to actually hand this over to the real rock stars, our students. So we have Serenity, Malik, and Devon sharing with us about their client project and their journey throughout the summer.
Well, hello everyone. Today, me and my team and I, we're just going to present like our journey with debt and working with our client, lifting labels. I'll share my screen. My name is Serenity Mosley Few. This is my first year at Dent. I'm a rising 10th grader and I attend Crystal Ray Jesuit High School.
Hello, everybody, and my name is Malik Michael Adams. I'm a first-year Dentster. I'm inside the 10th grade and I applied to Baltimore Design School.
My name is Devon Washington. I'm a second-year dentist. I'm in 10th grade in our vocational technical high school.
So our client name was Mr. Chester A. Franks to be exact. Mr. Chester needed a new website for his nonprofit organization named Lifting Labels. Lifting Labels is the organization that provides sewing job opportunities for formerly incarcerated citizens, allowing them to get back on their feet. Mr. Chester knew firsthand how hard it is for people just come out of prison to readjust to society and to get back on their feet. So he wanted to combine their skills of sewing, which they learned in prison, to create robes for clergymen.
What the website needed. Lifted Labels needed a website that both creates opportunities and formerly incarcerated citizens and clergymen that desperately needed robes.
Before our brainstorming process, Mr. Chester gave us some words like modern, simple, refreshing, and welcoming for us to build upon. So we automatically came up with some color schemes and thought ideas that we thought of. We knew that in order for us to build a website, we needed a branding guideline. So we searched through Wix templates and other nonprofit websites for inspiration to help us.
So when it came to photo typing, we had to do the wireframe process. We had to create the branding guideline. And when it came to the logos, I actually grabbed my sketchbook and I sketched out some designs for the logo company. I mean, for the company that I was working for. And sadly, the client, he didn't want to change the logo, so we just had to actually switch it up and keep the original one. So overall, the prototype phase was probably the fastest phase that we had to do.
This was just some prototypes of our brand guidelines. Since the client wanted to use his previous logo that he already had, he wanted us to keep it close to the colors he chose already, which were navy blue, orange, gray, black, and like white. So we basically just like came up with some font ideas that were were simple but yet like modern. So, and we just pretty much showed the colors and how we would use them for like the headlines and stuff. And then this is like a visual representation of what we showed our client of how we thought the website would look like. So, yeah. So now I'm going to show you guys his old website. which is right here. So as you can see, he pretty much had like too many fonts. It was like too many tab like suggestions that you could click on. It was like you got the mountains up here, then Baltimore. And as you scroll down, yeah, he created his own website. So, but this is our website. This is the one we created. As you can see at the top, there's less tab options. We added donate button and cart because he wanted an online store. And as you scroll down, welcome to Lifting Labels. This is their tagline. We're changing lives with each stitch. And once you click on this, it takes you to the About Us page. Then some dialogue, some words that are emphasized, things like that. This leads you to the team page and then testimonials. And that's just the mock-up of what it'll look like. The website isn't live yet because our client has more things he needed to add that he doesn't have yet, but yes. So now we're gonna go on about our journey with them.
My journey. Coming into the summer, I struggled with asking for help because I would be scared of what people would think of me. I still struggle with this sometimes, but I've been getting better at I want to be active and participate. My team has also encouraged me to ask for help when I first started getting involved with the client. I started asking questions of what I could do to help out with the website, and they didn't beat me down, which really made me feel more comfortable in questions. We fail fast and keep learning. I learned from this mindset because for the first 2 weeks of the program, I wasn't participating, but when I had a conversation with Coach Jeff, ever since then, I've been showing up on time and participating.
So for my journey, I had to get the feeling of stuttering a lot in front of a big crowd and all that. So I had to my fear of stuttering, I had to get over that because I had to talk to my clients and I had to get past that so we can present our website. We had a lot of team difficulties, which made a lot of things frustrating for me because I don't really like the whole thing when it comes to running into problems inside of a team. So usually I would ask for help and we would figure things out together so after we can do the actual work with the team. Oh, sorry. I actually had to learn how to work inside of a web. I actually had to work inside of a team. I don't work inside teams much, so this was very new for me. And on top of that, we also had to work for a client inside of a website. So
Yeah, I'm just gonna continue. All right. So throughout my process, throughout my journey with that, I've began to believe myself throughout. Like in the beginning, I would always doubt. Like I would always pretty much say like, "Oh, this too much," or "I don't think we can do this." But like overall, I pretty much began to believe that like anything is possible if you put the effort in. And it really showed within our group because we literally completed this website in like under a week. And in the beginning, of course, we had the doubts, but like it really shows that if you put hard work in, then you can achieve anything. And also, like I began to be more comfortable with asking for help. If I'm being honest, I didn't know anything about website design, so I definitely had to like ask my coaches for help and ask for feedback and stuff like that. So that really improved over my time here. I also take action more than I thought, and we start with we is really crucial in life because you know you're always going to have to work with people, and working in my group it just opened my eyes to like a better like experience just working in groups because I don't like working in groups at all, but this was a cool experience basically what I'm trying to say.
All right, that was really great, but the time is far spent. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to write them in the chat, and can graphic design gray and orange just answer them in the chat. Thank you so much for sharing. I really
Thank
enjoyed it.
you.
Graphic design goes really hard. I swear it does. Um,
Thank you all. I just want to say sorry for the disruption earlier. I had a big ta-da moment. But I really don't want any of that to take away from the amazing jobs graphic design and gray and orange did. The creativity really spoke to me, and I really hope it spoke to everyone else. And without further ado,
now we'll have our energizer from Stephen and Elena.
Okay, so hi, my name's Elena. I work at, well, my site is Recording Studio Gray. So for my part of the Energizer, I want everyone to just have their own part in this and say what you have like is on your mind or share your mood, and you can just express it in your own way and rip it up, scream it, say any phrase that you want, and you can do it now.
She probably did that.
Feeling good.
I'm happy. Happy. Love.
And then... Great job, Tazera.
I think Elena, are you?
Okay. So now, as a whole group, everyone, we can all vote on one word to say and scream it. And you can put it in the chat if you like. So I guess all of us can just say happy because I see a lot of happy. So we can all say that now.
Happy.
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 Neutral.
Happy.
Neutral.
Cause I'm happy, clap along if you feel like a...
Cause I'm happy.
So I'll stop sharing
So
my
now
screen
I
for
will
a
pass
moment.
it
Share your
on
story. We
my
can
partner, Steven.
export it out.
Well, hey everybody, my name's Steven. I represent a web design gang. You can go off in the chat. So basically, this is what we're gonna do here. We're gonna have teams versus coaches. It's basically gonna be me versus Rodden in a dance battle. And at the end, you guys gotta be something specific to say who won. So Tyler, if you don't mind saying if you're here in the chat, so we can get the music started. Whenever you start the music, I'll start.
I'm here.
Yes, sir. Yay, Steven!
Hey, Tyler,
not even a
Oh.
competition now. It's not even a competition. Stephanie has won already.
Hey, Rajan, you want to step to the plate?
Poor
Hey.
Rajan. Poor Rajan.
Steve, all I'm
You
gonna
should
say
have
is,
asked. You should have asked Coach Morty.
you know about that we fail fast, keep learning mindset, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope you're ready to learn.
You should do your TikTok.
All right, DJ, you got this? You got me, Tyler?
It's the Rock in the building. Khalid, what's up, Ramel? What's up, Burrell in the house? Yes. Live from United States, Brooklyn, New York. It's your boy, Young. The nephews is in the house. As soon as the beat drop, we got the streets locked overseas. A Punjabi MC in the rock. I came to see the mommies in the spot. On the count of 3, drop your body like it's hot. 1, Young, 2, you. 1, 2, 3, Young Hoser, snake charmer. Move your body like a snake, mama. Make me wanna put the snake on ya. I'm on my 8th summer, still hot. Young's the 8th wonder. All I do is get bread, yeah. I take wonder. I take one of your chicks straight from under your armpit. The black Brad Pitt. I'm active.
Ooh, okay. I won't lie. That kind of got me scared. But if you think I won, I want everybody to turn on their cameras. If you think I won, I want you to put both hands together and do the mop. But if you think Roger won, put your hands in the roof. Come on, go ahead. Let's see. We're gonna look at the chat to see who won. Oh, okay. I'm seeing a lot of Rogers. Oh,
for you,
yeah.
for what?
Oh, okay. I see a lot of me too. Hold on. Oh,
okay.
I think I lost.
What did you say?
I think I lost. Hey, remember this.
What the mop is?
It's fail fast and keep learning. Thank you, guys. This is our short energizer.
Thank
Rajan
you,
was
Steve.
giving flavor.
Oh,
He
the
gave
mom.
flavor.
Wait, I think
Rajan won. Rajan won. I don't want to hear
he
nothing.
cheated me. He cheated me.
He did not win. You said do the
Just
mop.
He
because,
turned on the music and all.
just
He gave
because
you
he had
flavor.
that little iffy dance
He
during
did
the
not come in
rehearsal,
music. He gave you
we
flavor.
got you beat this time, bro.
He got you with the music.
no, Steve.
One.
He got you right off the back with the music.
But
He lost just because of the music.
At least Stephen won.
He most that's gave flavor. But that music,
Rajan brought the
was immaculate. It was chef's kiss. It was everything in all in one. It was just like bam. Chef's kiss, immaculate. All right.
We have all come to an agreement that Rajan won.
Okay.
Thank you, Stephen and Elena, for those wonderful energizers. Now we will start with our second half of our presentation.
Presenting Made at Dent. So here we have Coach Amari, we have Coach Jalitza, we have Coach Mickey, and Coach Shanice.
Hello. So I am Coach Litza or Coach J from Made at Dent. I am from the gray stream, the gray side, but actually when you look at Made at Dent, it was all collaborative. All 4 coaches were all making to get, teaching and helping students make together. It makes us a little bit different than the other sites because Made at Dent was actually here to teach students how to run their own business with a business that was already part of Dent education. And so when you think of a business has different departments. There's an HR department, operations, marketing, marketplace, accounting, and finance. And so we split students up in those streams, and here we call them streams. There was 8 of them. And so we split students up, and then they got to focus on that aspect of running a business. So even though not all of our streams will be presenting, you will not see 8 streams from Made at Dent. We are going to highlight a couple, but our students did so much during their time with us. And so even though you won't see it all, we did have 10,000 face shields go out, and we sold those 10,000 shields to Baltimore City. We have this prototype for a Delivered by Dent bicycling and bicycle delivery service that's going to be out and about hopefully this fall. We had some prototypes for a new app that might be coming out for our essential denters and our dent drivers. We had students do some profit assumptions for like the money that we possibly could make in the upcoming quarter. And then, of course, we already have shields, but we had so many mask prototypes come out of Made at Dent, and we're trying to come out with that optimal mask that everyone can have, that's still safe for everyone to use as we still are battling this pandemic out in the world. So if any of my other coaches have anything to add, go on ahead. And if not, without further ado, we're gonna let our first group present that's representing Made at Dent Great, and that is gonna be our data and tech team. So go ahead, take it away, data and tech.
Ready? Okay. Good evening and hello everyone who is here. Welcome to the Made at Dent Data and Tech Stream experience. I hope you're doing well and enjoy.
This is our journeys through dent education. So my name is Jonathan Kane. I go to Cristo Rey. I'm a rising sophomore. I like drawing, and I also created the Data and Tech logo you see in the upper right corner. I'm also a student maker, and I became less introverted from the beginning of the program to now. And my SMART goals, which I'll be using through the rest of my life when creating measurable goals.
So as I said before, my name is Cameron Woodrum. I go to Mervo. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. And fun fact, I have a very deep passion for robotics. So some achievements that I've had since being at Dent was I've obtained a new intensity of creativity, and I've been able to express and utilize my creative attributes throughout every day of my life and learn how to use the Dent mindsets.
Hello, my name is Kylie. I go to St. Neighbors High School. My pronouns are he, him, and his. A fun fact about myself is I like Minecraft. I'm a student maker at Made at Dent Gray. Some of the achievements I've gotten while working here are becoming more focused, staying innovative, and formulating business emails.
Our journey through data and tech. So the data and tech stream helps support all aspects of Made at Dent as a whole through the use of technology. So these are just a couple of things we use, such as Gmail, Zapier, Google Sheets, and Airtable. Well, Zapier is used for automations for less human interaction. And this is just us actually just doing little projects to get more familiar with these programs. This is Airtable and Zapier. This is Data Google Studios. Over here we made some graphs, the design thinking process, empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. So the problem we came across is that there wasn't a lot of information surrounding all of Made at Dent for all their sites. So we decided to interview stakeholders so that we can create more graphs and charts for the Made at Dent data dashboard. And Kai, take it away.
Sorry, I had the chat up and it's like freezing the Zoom thing, so I couldn't unmute myself. So during the program, we went through stakeholder interviews. The person I chose was Mickey, and asked him what would he like to see on the data dashboard. And some of the things that he said were essential denture impact, number of face shields that pass QC over time, the amount of face shields produced each week, and the amount that were ready to be shipped. And as you can see, I've done that.
So these are just a couple of videos we did. These are just graphs. This is for the graphs of operations. So I asked Coach Alitza what information she wanted to see for operations, or rate of sale, and money, potential charts, and everything. So yeah.
So some key takeaways to ponder is one, learned about analytics and how it's used in businesses. We've also learned how to receive feedback and implement it into what we create. And we've talked to many, many business owners. Our future direction. We will maintain the Dent mindset through life, further support Dent's technology needs, and use the business and tech skills we have learned to help face any challenges life throws at us. We see problems as opportunities. We ask why, we listen deeply, we take action, and we fail fast and keep learning, and we start with we.
And these are just pictures of us making, our student makers making face shields. And this is just a small little graph of what I made for practice. This concludes our presentation. We are now open for questions and comments.
Thank you.
Loved it.
Next, we'll have Made at Dent Orange. Cameron, you can go ahead and introduce Made at Dent Orange as well.
Sure. So here are our Made at Dent Orange coaches. We have Coach Tiara, we have Coach Kay and or Coach Kelsey, we have Coach Mickey and Coach Shanice. Take it away.
Hi everyone, this is Coach Kelsey with Made at Dent Orange, and I actually just can't believe that we're at this part of the summer. It feels like truly just yesterday that this program started, and yeah, I feel grateful. I feel stunned by like everything that students have accomplished this summer. It's really, really difficult to run your own business, and it's impressive to do that when you're only in high school. And the fact that these students that we've worked with all summer are doing things for the community, providing PPE and face shields for all the people, and trying to fight coronavirus and the spread of it is just truly inspiring and has really motivated me to also be a better person and a better teacher and a better coach. So I just have to say that I'm super proud, and I'm so excited for you guys to see what the marketing stream is going to present next. And then I want Coach T to take it from here.
Yes, so definitely I share the same feels as my Coco. Surprised that, it's gotten here so quickly. But what I do want to just highlight is how proud I am of all of our students. They've all worked so, so hard. And although you're only seeing 2 of our 8 streams, the students have all broken up into various parts of the business and have taken on the ownership of running Made at Dent. And it is becoming a student-run organization. So there are operations, people ops, sales, marketing, data and tech, legal, you name it. There were students dedicated to running that portion of the business. And they really took ownership of that. So I'm proud of the growth, and hopefully you guys enjoy.
Awesome. LG, you want to take it from here?
Yes.
Woo!
Okay. Can you guys see it?
Yep.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the marketing stream final presentation. LG?
LG, you gotta click present
What do you mean?
on the corner of the screen. Present.
Oh, wait, what?
Isn't that working?
Is it presenting?
Oh, no.
Wait, I think I'm screen sharing it wrong.
Oh, no.
Do you want me to try it?
Wait.
LG, you may have just shared like the screen as opposed to your full desktop. If you want to take it down and then share again.
I think you got it. I think you got it.
Okay.
I apologize for the technical difficulties. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Marketing Stream's final presentation. My name is Emily Williams. I am a person who goes to Digital Harbor High School. I work in marketing and I like snails.
Hi, my name is LG. My pronouns are he and his. I go to Cristo Rey Jesuit High School and I'm going into the junior year. And my fun fact is that I can speak English and Spanish.
Hi, my name is Kennedy. My pronouns are she, her. I go to Poly, and a fun fact is that I have 2 dogs.
Hi, my name is Asi, and I go to Bard High School Early College, and my pronouns are her, she, her, and hers. And the fun fact about me is that I speak French. What is the first thing we'll be talking about is what is marketing? Marketing is selling a story. Marketing is selling a story to someone or to promote something and getting your audience interested in your product or idea. And the main purpose of marketing is identifying a goal or need and guide that creation of product and fulfill it so it can succeed.
One of the things that we've learned during these 5 weeks is how to use Canva. And Canva is a graphic design platform that allows users to create social media graphics, presentations, and just posters and other things. So we used it to create all of our graphics for our Instagram posts. And with Canva, we were able to easily use the designs and colors of Dent to implement them in our Instagram posts, which made them look very official. So we learned the importance of consistently using themes of colors associated with Dent education. So like the right shade of orange or the right shade of gray. And we learned the importance of being organized and consistent with promoting one's company.
One of the things that we've done this summer is launching the official Made at Dent Instagram page, where we posted 12 promotional posts as well as gaining over 100 followers. And I also wrote most of the captions as well as making the first Instagram post.
Something else we introduced is the Dent Spotlight series, where we highlighted essential dentures, student makers, and customers of our products to just show a little behind the scenes of what we do. And each one of these pictures I had made on Canva for the posts. So, praise.
Another thing that we did is that we learned how to write and draft a press release that we sent out, and I researched most of the probably all of the contact information of media outlets that could potentially cover our story.
Another thing that we did was recruit 13 new student makers through our Instagram page, as well as sending them an email with information filled about their education. Here are some of the prototypes of our graphics that we presented on our Instagram page. As you can see, we implemented the themes and colors that Dent Education uses into our graphics.
And so now that you've seen our prototypes, here are the examples of our final designs that we actually posted on our Instagram page at Made at Dent. Go follow us. So this is one of the first posts that I made, and I'm very proud of because like, yo, I did this, like, this is all me, like, but yeah. And this one I also did, and this one is recruiting like essential denters that will deliver and send our face shields.
This is one of the posts I made recruiting student makers, and I'm very proud of it.
I made this one, and it took a lot because it did not look like this at first. I had to make a lot of changes, and then it ended up looking like that, which is, I would say, pretty cute. So, yeah.
And this is the first Instagram post on our page that I made, so I'm very proud of it.
So now we need to talk about the future, what we want to do in the future. Well, we want to look to grow our following. We want to advertise on more social media platforms, get our name out. We want to find different ways to market products on different platforms. We want to promote more products so we do not become fully irrelevant after quarantine. And we want to bring more people to see our vision and our stride.
Thank you guys for listening. Make sure you follow us on our Instagram page at Made at Dent, and also follow Dent Education. And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Questions, anybody?
Thank you. Shout us out on
Thank you.
Instagram also.
Follow us.
Follow us
This
too.
is not a choice.
Thank y'all so much. The Made It Dent team has absolutely crushed it the last few weeks, and so it's pretty awesome to see just 2 of those 8 streams present. I'll monitor the chat now for any questions you might have. Yeah, Made It Dent is going to be surpassing at Dent Education soon on those followers. Anybody have any questions for our Made It Dent presenters? Cool. Well, there will be time to jump in the gallery walk with different Made It Dent students. So we will keep moving back to our MCs.
Great job, Made at Dent. Wow, co-host, why didn't you tell me you was a part of this bomb awesome team?
Well, I wanted it to be a surprise.
Well, now.
Oh, you got the mic, host.
Now we'll be hearing from Web Design, who is also in partner with Code in the Schools. We have, you can go ahead, Cameron. You can introduce Web Design.
Sorry, my mic was muted. All right. So we have Coach Emily, we have Coach Rhea, we have Coach Jeff, or Coach Lordy, and we have Coach Liz. Handing it over to Web Design coaches.
So excited for you to meet some of our students and share their presentations. Over the last 5 weeks, the students have done everything from prototyping mobile apps to websites. So they have really crazy ideas, really unique. Some of them included designing cars as part of a video game for mobile apps, even designing and finding your own home. And then they went off to partner with local entrepreneurs, nonprofit organizations, and small business owners to collaborate and design their websites. And some of these organizations were really cool. They include Black Girl Ventures, a nonprofit aimed at creating more leadership, funding, and development opportunities for Black and Brown women. And then also another example is Empower Her Flower, an organization attempting to end period poverty and ensuring women have equal access to feminine hygiene products, and of course, many more amazing organizations that these students partnered with. We had a very large group of students, 17 of them, and they all attend a variety of different schools in Baltimore. We have Morrow, Patterson High, City, Poly, Ben Franklin, Frederick Douglass, Baltimore School for the Arts, Baltimore Design School, Coppin, Bluford, and many more. So it was a very exciting time to spend with these group of students. They were very amazing, hardworking, and driven. Just wanted to give a very special shout out to all of them and wanted to pass that off to my co-coach, Coach Emily.
Thanks, Valeria. So I'm Coach Emily, and I just wanted to add that throughout our 5 weeks, we learned so many new skills, how to prototype on Miro, how to build websites on Wix, and how to conduct client meetings. But most importantly, we pushed each other to step out of our comfort zones and reach for more. In the last 5 weeks, many of our students have been inspired to prioritize their own personal businesses. Through guest speaker opportunities, students were able to establish valuable connections with mentors in the Baltimore community. We know that our students will take this knowledge and experience and use it to push themselves to their fullest potentials long after the program is over. And we're so excited for you all to hear from our students, Stephen, Shanice, and Nick.
Thank you for the introduction. Now I'm gonna share the screen.
Close my door, bro. No, my good.
Just control 5. Shanice, Nick, tell me when you guys ready. You feel me?
I'm ready.
All right, Shanice, you ready?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
I bet. Okay. So hey everybody, how's it going? We say the best for last. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. And we'll be describing the Beyond Basic website designer's journey. That'll be me, Shanice, and Nick.
Hi.
Our goal for this website was to make this website very straightforward for our clients and grow in team bonding.
My name is Nick. I'm 15. I turn 16 next month. I'm a sophomore at Patterson High School. I play basketball and football. I'm an honor roll student.
Let's go back over here. My bad.
Hi, my name is Shanice, aka I go by Mookie. I'm a fashion model for Accusland Beauty. I have a 2-year-old son. I'm 17. I am about to turn 18 in October, though. Scorpio gang. My favorite color is blue, pink, and purple, and I think yellow's working its way in there as well, but I don't know yet. I love to dress up and go out and have fun. I love trying new things such as cultural stuff, clothing styles, and attending different events.
So my name's Steven. I'm a defensive back football player. I play the trombone. I code in 3 languages, Lua, Python, and C++. I'm a workout coach. I'm a business owner. I'm a junior at Baltimore City College. You feel me? Rep City. I love math. I'm a math genius, and I'm a goofy person. And you feel me? What somebody say? Web design check? Yes, sir.
Check.
So our client information. Our client's name was Brian, aka Big BJ, aka BJ. So his goal was to make a successful basketball training system and to make kids great like him or better. Brian really wanted to better himself and others. So the first meeting with our client, we were able to catch a lot of good questions in the following. We were able to get his email, his Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. This was very helpful to let other people know about him.
The second meal, this meal was more about getting pictures and logos and videos and seeing what he likes about the website, anything that he wanted to change after we inputted the things that he gave us.
Client meeting number 3, this meeting was the shortest one because he loved the website. We were still able to improve the website by making the color scheme more aligned with the website. But overall, it was one of the best because we felt like we did a great job and our client really loved it.
So our idea was that we were able to accomplish our goal and we made the website straightforward so any user can navigate around it. We made a live event calendar so we can update people if anything's available or not. And we made a working subscribe page because that's really crucial since COVID-19's out now and you want to like update our new people that are coming inside. So we made a light box that will prompt you to every time you go into the page, it's going to tell you, hey, subscribe, and then so promote it.
In our early design stage, we mainly had information such as prices and services that he does, how he does those things. We didn't get pictures and videos right away, so we had to use what we had, and we had to use what we had, so we improvised, and so basically we had a layout of the website in early design stage, basically.
And these are the pictures of the early design we were using for our website.
My biggest lesson was don't rush through the work. Just be done quick. Just do your best no matter how long it takes.
The biggest lesson I learned was to take my time and not finish fast. I usually rush through things. I procrastinate a lot, and I learned to take my time. And I basically learned time management doing this. So yeah.
The biggest lesson I've learned was that the web design is a process and it takes time to build and create a perfect website, especially if you're working for a client or doing it for your own website. But it takes a lot of teamwork and effort, so we fail fast and keep learning.
Now we're gonna show you our website. We're already in here. So when you come to our when you go into our website, it's gonna prompt you to the subscribe page because subscribing is very crucial because since it's COVID-19, we want to like update everybody on everything that's going on. So now we'll have Nick tell you guys about the homepage.
So this is our homepage. As you can see, that's a subscribe here for upcoming events. Button right there. You click that, it'll take you to the subscribe page. If you scroll down, and that's his logo right there, the best way to think. If you scroll down, this is a quote that he uses a lot. Be the best, tell the best about for you, then go beyond your best to be beyond basic. If you scroll down again. This is just 2 texts about his program and about his achievements that he has in his life. Scroll down again. This is his plan. This is different services that he has, and it's just easier. We put this on the homepage so it can be easier for the user to navigate to pricing and all that. And here's the different individual workouts that he does. If you if you click on any of these, such as dribbling, you can click on dribbling, and they take you to the plans page where you can pay for your anything you wanted to do. Go ahead, Steve.
All right, now this is our plans page. Our plans page comes in 4 different varieties, starting from sweatbacks, some team rate to small group to personal. Small group being the best because it has a better value and it focuses on you and other people, and you get to focus around with other people. And now we're gonna pass it to Shanice with our event calendar.
Okay, so as y'all can see, this is our event calendar, which it does update every day. On a daily basis, it does update. But as you can see from our cute little blue COVID-19 update little thingies in the calendar, this means that there will be no physical meetings whatsoever because of COVID-19. And however, if you want to contact Brian, you can go to your contact page and send him an email.
Thank you. And now for the last thing we're going to show you guys is the about page. The about page is personally all of our favorite pages because it's just so intriguing and it just really like brings out like what he really shows. So if I was able to show you guys this video right here. And believe that you come. So he basically is giving quotes to people like to encourage them to see why he's better than other people. And on the right, you'll see like he has his game highlights and he has his game winnings. So if you feel inspired by this and you press go beyond, because again, subscribing is really, really crucial. It will take you to subscribe page and get the updates, and that's based on our website. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yes, web design. Amazing job.
That was great.
Stop.
I loved it. Oh my goodness. I loved all of the energy that was given off towards this whole entire process.
Thank you. Thank you so much, web design, for all your energy.
So to not further any more delay, we're going to hold off questions again until the gallery walk. So if you have any questions for web design, you can hold off until we get to our gallery walk. Next.
I'm going to quickly throw the gallery walk link back in the chat. So if you have not yet filled it out and want to get assigned to a specific site to see afterward, fill that out, please. Sorry, Mari, keep it going.
Next, we'll have Recording Studio Gray with Coach Keys, Coach Mert, Coach Alex, and Coach Reagan.
All right, y'all, what's going on? My name is Coach Murd. I was one of the co-coaches for Recording Studio Gray. Just wanted to say, first off, I'm saying grateful to Coach Rajan and Coach Mickey for the opportunity this summer. And, doing this, working with the youth, and it's been fun, been rewarding, and, I just want to shout out all the kids, that we work with, the whole gang and everybody, we put in a lot of work this summer. And we came out with some crazy music, So, we're going to give y'all a little taste of that, hopefully. And then, also wanted to plug in, we got a SoundCloud page that is in the works. So we're going to put some music on there in the next day or so for everyone to go listen. But yeah, so again, thank y'all. Here we go.
Let's go.
Hello, everybody. My name is Michael Oglesby.
My name is Asad Johnson.
My name is Jimena Peralta. My name is Kaya Author.
And the title of our song is My City Needs to Change. It's our inspiration. The reason we made the choice to do music is because we wanted to make an impact on the world through a raw expression that everyone could understand. One of the best ways to do that was through music. Collaboratively, we created a song about gun violence in the city that we lived in and how we need to change ourselves for the better.
Who are we? We are Recording Studio Gray, and we love to do music.
We made this song to express our thoughts and get our message to be heard and impact people around the world.
The problem. Here in Baltimore City, the increased violence and murder rates have plagued the social well-being of our community. So much so that these vicious habits have been normalized into the people view Baltimore to be dangerous.
Our idea was to make songs about violence. We want to spread the whole word to stop the violence in our city, in the overall world. The violence just brings harm, nothing good. Music is a good way to spread our main idea for our words to be heard and listened to. Our music comes from the heart.
A couple of weeks ago, we had empathy interviews with one of the founders of Ceasefire named Erica Bridgeford, who runs a nonprofit program that outreaches to local communities to stop violence and unify instead. One of the best ways to do that is through social media and music, and it's also what we based our song around as a way of expressing how we feel and how we need to change for the better of humanity.
Our process during making this song, the beat was made by Coach Murd and Assad. The intro was made by Aaron and Kaya. The hook is Aaron singing. The rap was made by Michael. And the Spanish rapping was done by me.
To just get this off a little bit, I want to look at some statistics and basically some laws in Maryland that you probably didn't know of. The law is called the May issue. It's a policy at the state level. This means you must show good cause as to why you want to bear arms. One good cause can be a security, or of another cause can be because you need to just overall protect money. And the May issue policies makes obtaining a handgun permit in Maryland fairly different but not impossible. So we do have strict gun laws here. We have the most strict in America, however, we're just more violent, I guess. And starting in 2019, we broke the world record of killings per capita for 300 murders, homicides. And so, yeah.
And so this is our final product, our song.
As another trigger being pulled, a crackle can be heard ripping through the day and the night, freeing those of pre-captivity with the blood of those whose lives was ended stains the ground. Moms, dads, aunts, uncle, brothers, sisters, cousin, mourn the loss of the light that was once filled with liveliness. For those who lost their lives shall rest in paradise.
Can't keep pretending like it's safe here. It's not fair. Is there an ending to this fear that I can't bear? Can't keep pretending like it's safe here. It's not fair. Is there an ending to this fear that I can't bear?
Black power, not scared to stand with my people when shot at the law. Cause it's not unbeatable, we can win this war, we've been fighting for so long. I just want peace for my brothers and sisters that we all lost. I just want this world to be a better place once and for all. Putting my fist in the air, holding my brothers and sisters' hand. You know I'm standing strong. I ain't never been a super religious person, but I swear I believe in God. I'm protecting my people from these demons. I swear they out to get us all. We gotta stay strong and move out and get a message out to the world at all costs. I'm standing strong and I'm rising up and I'm risking it all just to let them know that we got the power, we ain't giving up, cause all black lives matter. Showing that we can shine through any weather. Hope things will get better. I need my people to come together. My city need to change. My city need to change. My city need to change. We rising up, yeah, we standing up, we ain't giving up.
Can't keep pretending like like it's safe here. It's not fair. Is there an ending to this fear that I can't bear? Can't keep pretending like it's safe here. It's not fair. Is there an ending to this fear that I can't bear?
Bajemos las armas, miremos el mundo en el que vivimos. Mucha violencia no trae nada bueno. Matan a los jóvenes y disparan las armas. Lastiman más a su familia. Ahora pasan por dolor. Imagina el dolor si fuera un ser querido con tanto amor. Nunca volveríamos a verlos, extrañamos todos los días. No more hugs to give, no more saying I love you, mostrarle el amor y todo el cariño. Y gracias a Dios que todavía estamos aquí, porque mañana nunca es prometido.
Can't keep pretending like it's safe here. It's not fair. Is there an ending to this fear that I can't bear? Can't keep pretending like it's safe here. It's not fair. Is there an ending to this fear that I can't bear?
That was tough. And I'm a big music kid, so you know that's saying something.
That was a very nice song, and I agree with what she said. That song speaks tremendous volumes, especially in today's society. This type of music is something that we need now more than ever. So thank you so much, Recording Studio, for creating an amazing song that really creates or it connects with everything that's been going on.
Yeah. And now, last but not least, this group of people, they funny to me every time we have to link together. But
you already know.
Last but not least is Recorded Studio Orange with Coach Kiera, Coach Ra, Coach Alex, and Coach Reagan.
Yes. I'm
Easy County.
Kiera. Hey y'all. We're the Coach Studio Gray. It's been a great
Orange. You've been gone too long. We're orange.
Orange.
Wow, she even forgot what we are.
Oh,
wow.
Sorry.
She even forgot our name.
They just presented a wonderful song, and so they were in my head. Sorry, y'all. Studio Orange, of course. Every day we're laughing and joking. Every day we're learning something new and growing together. Both it's nice to see both on the recording studio side, but also personally, I feel like our students have grown a lot. And I've been gone for 3 days, and I missed them so much.
We miss you too. You messed up our names, but it's okay.
They worked on a project, so I'm excited to see how they brought it together for this presentation. I'm gonna pass it on.
Yeah, it was a mission.
Forgetting our names was not a mission.
Oh man.
PG slang wrong.
Oh man, this is terrible. We're gonna turn it over to Taylor. Taylor.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen, y'all. Yeah, okay.
I love the hair, Taylor.
You know, did it myself anymore. Okay, let me stay focused. Okay.
Working the share. Keep sharing the screen.
Nerves are chewing at my fingernails and my toes and like everywhere, but we're okay.
Why be nervous? You guys are great.
Sorry it's taking too long. It's not trying to share. It's taking a long time for it to click.
Oh man, that's tragic. That's toxic.
That's real toxic.
All right.
Don't start with
Complete transparency right
go there.
now.
You can go there. So don't do that.
Yeah, Taylor wasn't having technical difficulties when I was there.
You know what? You was gone for 3 days, so it's changed. Leave her alone.
Whew. Oh, the toxicity is not right for me. Give me some negative vibes.
Yes.
Oh.
Ooh, we love the presentation.
Mace. Okay. Masha? Okay, there we go. Hello, everyone. We are Ace of Spades. We are from Recording Studio Orange, and we are a group where perseverance matters. I'm Taylor Alexander. I am a rising junior. Tonight, you know. I'm a rising junior at the Baltimore City College, and quick fun fact, I play percussion.
Sideway. Did she get kicked off again? Just go, Maddie.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, y'all.
Oh my gosh.
So anyway, my name is Ariel Sims. I'm a rising junior at Baltimore Design School.
Okay. Hi, I'm Madison Bannerman. I am a rising junior at the one and only Baltimore City College. And my fun fact is that I love books.
Hi, my name is Tayanita. I am a rising junior from Baltimore City College, and I hope you have a fun time with us.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Walker. I'm a rising junior at Baltimore City College. A fun fact is I love to sing, I guess.
So as for our mission statement, our mission is to create content that brings awareness to the mental health struggles of teenagers in poor, low-income areas.
The problem that our group see with mental health is there's not enough conversation and education about the impact that mental health have on youth in Baltimore.
So our solution was that we created songs and podcasts that shared our struggles with mental health, as well as people who we've known personally and how they've overcome their mental health issues. So Ace of Spades members conducted an empathy interview with 2 different organizations. The first was Small Small Homes, which is a nonprofit group dedicated to funding tiny homes and micro shelters for homeless and members of the LGBT community.
The second group we talked to was called Baltimore Action Legal Team, which basically read for and though they relate to mental illness, they're both large contributing factors when it comes to mental stability. Being homeless and being in jail are 2 states that really mess with one's mindset.
Well, I made a podcast about a story time about one of my my guests, and this is my podcast.
Welcome to Knowledge Your Life, and your host is Zariel Sim. Today's topic is mental health issues, and the guest will be Aviana to talk about her experience with mental health issues. Question of the day: what mental health issues did you experience?
Guys, I'm Aviana Fitzhugh, rising junior at the City College of Art.
So I made a song, and I'll play like a quick 30 seconds of it.
go around with fake emotions, putting a smile on my face, man, I never show much devotion. I put on a show for my family and friends, and never wanted to away from me over and over again. At some time I need to figure out what's wrong with me. I had too many thoughts starting to get to me. I kept pushing for the longest cause I thought it was strong, but the cell held me in for way too long. I wanted to be free, but sadly time got to me. I want time to go back just for a second, cause I gotta change my life before it turns to all Armageddon. And then it hurts those around me. Man, I just want those few moments back again, because now I appreciate the life I was given. I wanna thank everyone who made my life different. You always reminded me of the crown of the whole. Now I'ma go ahead and take my throne. Life was tough and I couldn't cross the finish line, but looking for you, it's your time to shine.
And I also created a song called Home. So please listen well.
A minute to a month, I've been here for way too long. I get it, I was wrong. I just want to go back home. A minute to a month, I've been here for way too long. I get it, I was wrong. I just want to go back home.
Thank you for listening.
Y'all got me turned right now. But anyway, one of the mindsets I used throughout my whole project was we listen deeply, because the interviews I conducted were helped me produce my prototype.
The dead mindset that I learned the most about and applied the most this summer was we take action. I actually mentioned this back in the opening circle. It's been a really important one for me because I've been really passive in my past, and I wanted to be more active, you know?
The dead mindset that I've worked with this summer is we fail fast, but keep learning. Yeah. But I learned that because while in Dent, I failed a couple times and I wanted to give up, but my coaches and my friends helped encourage me to keep pushing forward, and I did.
So the dead mindset I grew upon was we see problems as opportunities, and I did mention this when we did the opening circle. So basically, I went ahead and my song and also my prototype, I did rapping because I wanted to try something new aside from singing, and I found out I was pretty darn good at it. Not gonna lie.
And finally, the DAP mindset that I used most in this was we move as we. Throughout the process, I kept stumbling and I kept realizing maybe this wasn't for me, but my friends kept encouraging me, and now I know that songwriting is something I really love to do.
Okay. I'm gonna have to unfortunately stop you there, but you guys did an amazing job. I really love how all of your music really depicts upon people of your own age demographic, and how the struggles that they deal with that you care about. So thank you so much for that. And the host
that wraps up presentations.
Okay.
I don't know if Coach Mickey wanted to explain how the gallery walk is going to work, since we decided to change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so while Mickey is working on the breakout rooms, I can give you a run through of what's actually going to happen with the gallery walkthrough. So for the gallery walkthrough, we've sent a just kind of like an interest beforehand for everyone to fill out. And so based on the interest that you had, based on the interest that you selected, you'll be put into that breakout room. So some of you parents may have decided you want to see your student. Don't worry, you'll be put in a group with them. We'll also, if students were able to select which breakout room they wanted to be in, but you'll also be able to present your own project there. And so before we get started, I wanted to thank you all so much for showing up today and coming. It's been an amazing journey, just from being able to see all of our students, from I know myself and Mickey Mickey went recruiting all day, every day from different high schools around Baltimore City, to the seeing you all work your magic this summer. And then it's just seeing your projects and the partnerships and the relationships you've been able to build amongst each other, amongst the coaches, amongst just community members have just been absolutely wonderful. So I just want to give everyone a pat. Like, I want everyone to take just pat themselves on the back, because you did something amazing this summer. 140 of you all did something that no one else could have ever done this summer. So let's just take a round of applause for ourselves as a moment, or snaps. So Ed, didn't we like to snap? That way it doesn't require a large like stop and hold and applause. We can just snap, because we're all here with each other in love, and this is a huge family. Without further ado, Mickey, are you set to go? Are we set to go?
Yeah, I think we're gonna adjust, just because I know time-wise we are basically at the end. So I wanted to at least have an opportunity for the MCs and Rajan to close us off, and then I will explain for those who want to stick around for the gallery walk. We'd love for you to do it, and I can explain what will be happening next then.
Okay. So first, we want to thank everyone for coming to our 4th annual Bet on Baltimore Showcase. This has truly been a great experience, and I've taken so much in from the different tracks, whether it was music or web design or creating something that has a great impact on the people of today during this very trying time.
Yes. And to piggyback off of what she was saying, I want to thank all of you guys too for, really stepping up and taking the initiative to really be there for your stream and your team. And, I understand that a lot of you struggle with public speaking. It can be a very trepidatious experience for you all. So I want to thank you all for being very, very bold during these trying times, as she has said. So kudos to all of you.
Thank you, MCs. You crushed it. Students, everyone who presented, and for those of you who had your site represented by another team and will be sharing at the gallery walk, you all should be extremely proud of what you created. I am blown away, everyone is, by what you created virtually during a pandemic in a few weeks. And the word that comes to mind is possibility. If you can do this now, if you can deliver PPE to keep our community safe, if you can make music that touches people, if you can build prototypes, whether physical or services, that actually solve real problems in your community in such a short span, what is possible beyond? So I'm so excited for all of these individuals, and again, grateful on behalf of Dent for the people we're so lucky to work with and be supported by. And that includes not only the folks that you saw today, not only our team today. I see many of our past coaches and team members join us, family and friends. Just really grateful that we're able to be a platform that brings such amazing humans together and makes takes imagination and makes it possible.